Hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Josh Cooper, and I have the privilege of being your instructor, your facilitator, your guide for survey of Old Testament through Central Christian College's online platform. Welcome to all of you. So glad you could tune into this welcome video. You will see I will make a video each and every week for you as a part of your weekly announcement updates. So it's a little bit more personal for you, and I do hope that you take the time to watch these videos each and every week as I share with you what's happening in the coming weeks. So let me shrink myself here as we get started. I'm going to kind of just take you through an outline or overview of the course, and I hope this is beneficial to all of you. I imagine for most of us that the Old Testament is not the place that we would turn to when we want to open up our Bibles and start reading. For most of us, the New Testament is the place where we hang our hat, and rightfully so. But if you're like me, I actually really love the Old Testament, and I actually prefer to read from the Old Testament. I spent a lot of time in my seminary days taking courses on the Old Testament as well as teaching Hebrew at the seminary. I imagine for most of us, we may not share the sympathy or we may not feel the way the writers of the Psalms talk about the Old Testament scriptures. So listen to these words from Psalm 19 from the Complete Psalms, the book of prayer songs in the New Translation by Pamela Greenberg. This is just from my own personal library. Pamela does a really great job of reinterpreting the Psalms. And Psalm 19 talks about the scriptures, the Old Testament, in this way. Your teaching is everywhere, reviving the soul. Your testimony is faithful, enlightening those who do not understand. Your providence can be easily seen, making the heart leap for joy. The tasks you ask us to do are revealed clearly, making the eyes sparkle with light. Awe of you is pure, lasting forever. Your decisions are true. Taken together, they prove righteous. They are more valuable than gold, more refined gold in abundance, better than the sweetest honey, sweeter than the fresh drippings of the hive. Now, I don't know about you, but when I talk about the Old Testament with most Christians or most people I know, they don't feel like the Old Testament is sweeter than the purest honey dripping from the hive. But this is how the ancient Israelites and Jews today revere the scriptures and how they feel about the Torah, the teachings of God. And so I hope for us that we would get to a place where we can say, yeah, I have more affection for the Old Testament today than I did 6 weeks ago. I've learned more, and I've learned more about who I am and who God is as a result of this course. And so I look forward to journeying with you over these next 6 weeks as we discuss the Old Testament. And so without further ado, let's just jump right in a little bit to the course objectives, which are right here. As you will see, we're going to talk about ancient Near Eastern treaties as well as theological importance as explained by Sandra Richter in the Epic of Eden. And so let's just jump over to the textbook for a moment. 3 textbooks are required in this course. So you need a Bible, of course. You're going to be getting the Epic of Eden by Sandra Richter, as well as then Zondervan's Get an A study guides as written by John Walton. Now these study guides are laminated sheets, and there's about 6 of them if I'm not mistaken. And these will help you as we survey the Old Testament in 6 weeks. So we're covering a lot of territory in a short amount of time. Now you can see, and you know, in the beginning of every course there's a lot of stuff to do. And so you have not only, in addition to your weekly discussions and application assignments, you have to complete the pretest as well as the plagiarism certification. So be sure to get those things done as soon as you possibly can, and then you can jump right into this week's reading and assignments. And then let's take a look at week 6. Notice here in week 6, you have your normal application assignments, but there's this final exam, final paper. Now we'll get to that a little bit later, but you need to be aware of the final exam that's due at the end of course, as well as a final paper. If you have any questions about any of these things, you can get a hold of me by clicking on my bio, which is right here. And you can email me at jacqueline.josh@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at this number listed. This is my cell phone, and I'm usually quick to respond to both email and text. If it's a phone number that I don't recognize, which is probably yours, I may not be as quick to answer it, but leave me a voicemail. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great week. Take care.